If you are a wildlife enthusiast, then you might have come across the videos of Dani Connor. Dani is a wildlife photographer and a popular YouTuber with more than 160,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel, Dani Connor Wild. Her story is quite heartwarming. Her love for nature pulled her to Sweden, where she started caring for baby red squirrels after they lost their mother. These kits unexpectedly kickstarted her photography and YouTube careers and made her a successful full-time YouTuber. So, now let's take a look into her inspiring life story. Dani Connor was born on September 20th, 1995. She is half Russian and hails from Wimbledon, London. Dani's wildlife photography journey started at 14, when she borrowed her father's DSLR in a local woodland to photograph her family dog, Ashley. At the time, thanks to her surroundings, she became a nature lover. Thanks to her 2020 trip to Sweden, Dani fell in love with the nature and wildlife there, which inspired her to become a full-time wildlife photographer. Now, let's take a brief look at her education and career. She did her schooling from Ursuline High School in London, and after completing her schooling, thanks to her love for nature, she joined University of Exeter to study zoology BSc, biosciences. Dani focused on tropical ecology for her degree, for which she traveled to the Amazon and Costa Rican rainforests, where she studied spider monkeys for 3 months on her own, and those monkeys were her dissertation for university. In the Costa Rican rainforest, she also sighted puma and fer-de-lance. Then, Dani worked at a variety of jobs like junior field biologist, media production, field biologist, visitor engagement at Zoological Society of London, zoo experience host. She also freelanced for London Wildlife Trust and worked as a visitor engagement and experience assistant at the Natural History Museum. In 2020, Dani got fed up with the city life in London, and so she quit her job at the Natural History Museum. She wanted to do a PhD but took a 4-month break and traveled to Sweden to try photography. She contacted Connie Lundström on Instagram and requested him to allow her to come and photograph golden eagles. In March 2020, Dani joined his Wild Shots Sweden for an apprenticeship as a photo assistant in Skellefteå, Västerbotten, Sweden, and photographed eagles, goshawk, fox, and squirrels. The cute squirrels made her fall in love with wildlife photography, and she decided to become a full-time wildlife photographer. At the time, due to the pandemic, Dani was stuck in Sweden for 6 months. She spent this time in a Swedish village which had just 20 residents, mostly elderly, with squirrels outnumbering people. Her life in the Swedish village was a sharp contrast to that in London, where she used to see thousands of people every day. The solitude in Sweden was therapeutic. Now, let's look at how Dani befriended squirrels and how this relationship proved to be a turning point of her life. In Sweden, she was living amidst forests, which allowed her to bond with wildlife. Not having television and good internet only strengthened her bond with nature. Upon arriving in Sweden, Dani started photographing squirrels around the house. Photographing them was a no-easy task, as squirrels were shy and wouldn't climb down from trees in her presence. So, she took the help of camera traps to photograph squirrels, but as she spent more time in the forest feeding them, she won their trust and they started approaching her on hearing her call. And this allowed her to do various photography projects with squirrels. Once, unfortunately, a mother squirrel got hit by a car and lost her life. So Dani started caring for and feeding her 4 baby red squirrels. Dani christened them Baby Pear, Baby Moomin, Cheburashka, and Little Flame. In the first week, she started filming the baby squirrels for their audio clips, and as she was mesmerized by the cute squeaking noises of a 7-week-old red squirrel, she posted it on Twitter, which in no time became viral by garnering more than 16 million views, with more than 200,000 people, including John Boyega, sharing the clip. In February 2021, Dani published a video in which she shared the rescue story of the 4 baby red squirrels. This was her first viral YouTube video, and this video received more than 2.7 million views. Thanks to this video, she gained loads of subscribers and started focusing more on YouTube than photography, with an intention of becoming a full-time YouTuber. She also dropped her plan of PhD. Now, Dani is a successful YouTuber with more than 160,000 subscribers and earns through a variety of sources like ads and super thanks on YouTube, sponsorships, merchandise, and affiliate marketing. She also sells her photography products to her viewers and accepts donations on Patreon. She, through her social media channels, engages people, especially youngsters, with nature. Alaska and Yellowstone National Park are her favorite places in the U.S. Now, coming to her personal life. Dani is in a relationship with Juan. He hails from Mexico. She lives in northern Sweden and bought a house in the wild Sweden for $30,000. So, how are you inspired by the story of Dani Connor? Please comment below. I also wrote her detailed biography on my website, which I'm linking in the description below. If you are interested in more success stories of your favorite YouTubers, please subscribe to my channel.